Hey, if you're doing construction, have you ever noticed those beautiful walls that are all smooth and colored beautifully, not a flaw on them? It's called drywall, everybody. We've got a drywall construction expert in the building here, going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. Welcome, everyone. It's the Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, a.k.a. the Cardinal Cowboy. Get to wear the hat from time to time. We've got this thing. You'll see me running around town. We were down at the Bananas baseball games this weekend. Ended up getting some tickets from some sponsors. And thanks for give you guys a shout out. We didn't clarify that yet, so I won't give the shout out just yet. But boy, if you're a baseball fan, it's quite the show. And they had some famous ball players there. We've got over 100,000 views, I think, now. We put a little clip up of David Freese. He came in.
Awesome.
Everybody remembers Mr. Freese. So
Absolutely.
now you know what kind of time frame we're recording this interview, and this interview will be good for 3 to 5 years or so. Just keep that in mind where we're at. It gives you kind of a timestamp there. But with that, we like to talk to those who are big in the construction space. We believe that the construction experts are the ones who do so much to obviously build our communities. And with that, we've got somebody that specializes in drywall. And boy, it's important. The drywall, a lot of people overlook that, but I've done some drywall. It is not the easiest job out there, especially if you want it to look right. Is that fair to say?
Definitely fair to say, yeah. It's a love-hate relationship when it comes to drywall. It takes experience, let's just say that. Yeah.
Takes some experience with that. Shout out to our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things. In your little castle, you probably have a little castle that does have some drywall in it for sure. But you've got a brand new, great looking website and some great looking social media. So we'll start off there. You got some great BBB accreditations and nice reviews people are saying about you. But with that, tell me. Well, first I'll say welcome, Taylor Zeckley.
Correct. Yep.
It's spelled a little different than
Second
what
time's
you
the charm.
All right, Taylor Zeckley. Got it right the first time on camera. I messed it up earlier, though. I'll tell you
Wow.
that. But we have an expert here that does what we're talking about, and so drywall is something that's so. Gosh, I've done it, and you cover a lot of space quickly. How quickly can you do a 12 by 12 room if you've got a?
You're talking
put
sheetrocking
sheetrock.
it and then going ahead and finishing it.
Yeah.
I would say a couple days. You know, you could hang it all in a day, and then you could go ahead and tape it in that same day. But you would have to wait. That's the issue with drywall. Time's our worst enemy. We've got to let the mud dry before we can progress on to the next stage. So
Yeah, and that's where you'll sand it and make it look
correct. Yeah.
perfect, like you do there.
Absolutely.
Well, important stuff there. All right, what is it that got you into this space? Why did you decide to get into drywall, sheetrock?
I was doing a desk job, and I didn't see that lasting much for me, and it wasn't my itch. So I called up the union, and I've been after it ever since. So
You said I can't do this sitting in a cubicle all day.
No.
I used to work at a cubicle. I called that my miniature cell. It was a cell. I mean, take that for what you want.
Right.
But you could find there if I was outside that cell for more than an hour during lunch and somebody was reporting me. But yeah, literally like being out there and really building things.
Right.
What drew you to the drywall space specifically? Because you've got all kinds of areas of construction.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a father-in-law and my wife's uncle introduce it to me, and then showed me the ropes. They took me on a project, and I didn't necessarily love it, of course, but I felt like it was something that I could learn and get good at and make a career out of it. So I ran with it.
Yeah, so there's that. You can't get too far. There's always that. Okay, here's the construction. We start with this concrete, and we've got some foundation, and now we've built some walls. But all you've got is these open studs.
Right.
And if you're going to go anywhere from there, you've got to start putting in that sheetrock.
Absolutely.
And you've got. You do the stilts and the whole thing. So
We do. Yep. We definitely do. We do the scaffolding, the stilts, and all that. Sometimes you don't have a choice but to hop on some stilts and get up in the air.
Yeah, well, depending how tall a room is, and what's the average room? Is every room still around 8, some 9?
Yeah, I would say 9 to 10 foot for the majority of the homes now. 8 foot is more of your older style homes, but but they're there.
Yeah, well, I did pay for an upgrade back when I got my house constructed back in 2004 to go to 9-foot walls instead
Yep.
of 8-foot walls, and so that just adds another dimension. It makes the room look a lot larger.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
we had that in the basement, and the gal I was engaged to at the time, she's like, "Well, we're going to save some money. We're going to cut out making the ceiling in the basement down to 8." So I don't know what the theory there was. We saved $1,500 or something, but I wish we would have kept that at 9. But anyway,
Yeah.
we got the whole house in that fashion. But it does just add. It makes it look more spacious.
Yeah,
But you're saying
absolutely.
even your custom homes or your standard homes still are going 10-foot these days. A lot of
Yeah,
times.
roughly. Yeah, in between. I've seen a lot of 9-foots, and there are some 8-foots still, just kind of depending on what you know prefer to build and what you want. But yeah, in a lot of the cases, it's 9 to 10 that we've noticed.
Okay, there you go. So then you're definitely going to need those stilts unless you got
Yeah,
really long arms.
absolutely.
And you're what, 6'1"?
If I'm lucky, I'll be 6 foot. So
Okay, close.
I'm probably 5'11" or something like that. but-
Gotcha. Yeah, so definitely, and anybody, unless you're like Shaquille O'Neal, you're going to need
Right.
to do that. I see the guys who do the work on that. That's intense stuff. What do you think? You've done real well. You got some great looking work. We're going to show off here. You got a beautiful looking website.
Thank you.
What is it that you think has led to your success to make this so, you enjoy what you're doing, but you're also had some success here?
Yeah, I think just taking pride in our work and having good workmanship and seeing through the whole entire project and doing our best, cleaning up at the end. I think that's really what's brought us a lot of success throughout the business. Just really caring what we do.
Yeah, take some pride in what you do there. I like that you say that, but it's okay. They say pride can be a bad thing, but not when you're doing good work and just at least keep that confidence, keep the quality high too. So, but take the pride in so you do take essentially responsibility for it too.
Absolutely.
And it can make something look beautiful. But you've been doing this now for a total of 5 years. How long ago did you start your company though?
We're going on 2 years now. Yep, 2 years in spring.
And explain to me, T&A, that's your name and your wife's name.
Correct. Yep, Taylor and Aaliyah. That comes from the T&A Drywall Solutions.
There you have it, and I like it. And kind of a cool name there, and something that will stand out. Tell me a little bit about your team. You got a group that you bring in. You got to do a lot of the work yourself. How do you get most of your work done?
In the beginning, I started out. It was mainly just me and my brother. Now I hired him full time, as long aside with another gentleman. So there's 3 of us total. And then when we take on bigger projects, we hire as needed. There's a lot of part-time people that we'll pick up when we need the extra hands and whatnot. But generally, it's just a 3-man crew, as that's full-time right now.
Is most of what you're doing new construction, or are you doing corporate? What you see, I see on your website, you say you do both. But
Yeah, I would say it's a mix of both. I would say the majority of the work is probably rehab, remodel, construction, just with the residential side of things. But we definitely do get a lot of new builds, residential and commercial as well.
tell me about building that team, though. How long did it take before you said, "Hey, reach out to your brother"? There's a little more accountability you can have with somebody you're related to, but
Yeah.
and getting the right people. And how long did it take you to get that decision? And they've been a good fit for you too. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, for my brother, he was kind of in the same situation. We worked for the same company in the union, and it slowed down. So he's really kind of been there the whole time. And it's been great because it's always nice, especially with drywall, to have at least 2 hands. It can be quite hectic to do all that by yourself, and it can kind of get heavy after a while. And then the third guy, he's been amazing. He does a really good job, and he kind of came in, I would say, the last year, and he was just looking for work, and he's been a great asset to the team.
Now, have you trained both new additions to your team yourself? Did they have a drywall experience?
Yeah.
Or how did they learn?
So my brother, I've taught him, but he's also been self-taught through the union himself as he was working through the union. And then the other gentleman, he's a little bit older than me, so he's got quite a bit more experience in the drywall and everything else. So that's why I seen fit to have him on the team.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody who brings some experience to the table.
Right.
Not as much training necessary there.
Exactly.
You just got to say, "Hey, teach us a few things." Maybe he's helped you to learn and expand.
Oh, of course.
Are there
yes,
any
yes.
projects that you favor, or is it plaster ever involved, or is it strictly drywall, and what do you do for both of those?
Yeah, we actually have had quite a bit of question on the plaster. Unfortunately, we don't do any plaster work. We have what we would do if there was a plastered project that maybe is needing repair. We can blend it in with drywall. Generally don't do that a whole lot, but we don't really do anything with the plaster side. If anything, it would be a complete demo, and then we would start new with sheetrock and then go from the taping and mudding portion.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way it has gone these days, because plaster is very difficult.
Correct.
Lath and plather, or what?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too well rounded in the plaster.
And I've dealt with some of that with older houses myself. But
yeah.
But the idea these days is build in the new construction, so you pull that out, put in the new stuff.
Correct. Yeah.
And then they'll have that beautiful finish. That
Absolutely.
The lighting and everything smooth, final design you have there is really nice. What about this fuels your passion? What is it that helps you wake every day? I mean, it's got to be neat to take a house and see that it's kind of just got the framing in place, and it's kind of like you can see through all of the rooms. And
Right.
A couple days later, you've got a whole finished looking house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of said it right there. It's nice to see, the finished product, and we do, we are the finished side of the construction, force there. So when it comes down to us, they're, like you said, they're studs, and it kind of just looks like a job site, but when we're done and finished, it almost looks like your home, outside of needing it painted and your trim work. So it has more of a homey feeling after, we're finished with our portion of the project, which I love that. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, I'd say that homey feeling, that's such a big transition to go from where you literally have those 2x4s, whether they're metal or mostly wood, and you kind of just see like, okay, this thing's got a lot of work, and then
Right.
you come through and you have the big machines that bring in the sheetrock, and you put them up. You sometimes do them across, or they all go upright. It depends on the room you're working on.
Yeah, it generally depends on what type of project. Commercial is more boards that are stood up, and then residential, they're laid horizontal, just for structural purposes. And we do carry all the material in by hand. We deliver it all. So unfortunately, we don't have any machines, so it's all just, muscle power and, dragging it and stacking
yeah, until you're
it.
doing like big corporate jobs on the 7th
Right,
floor.
yeah, well then of
that's
course,
pretty
yeah,
easy to
yeah. Then you would have, machines boom it up to the whatever floor you would need it, but majority of the time we're the ones dragging it from the driveway to the basement or through the house and stacking, where it needs to be.
Yeah, and you guys handle that well. So it's nice young guys that are strong that can put that work
Absolutely.
together. As I puff up a little bit, show you. See, I'm getting a little older here, but important. And I like the fact that you've got some great looking results, but also got the BBB that you've been accredited by. So I'm going to put that up on the wall for everybody to take a look at there. But here it is. I'll scroll to the top of the page, and you can see as I go, there it is. But that's the BBB, T&A Drywall Solutions LLC. And you can see right there where you're based out of Pacific, serving the St. Louis area, and there's that A rating. And the only reason you don't have the A+ is because you just haven't been in business long enough, but you have had no complaints and getting that good review from everybody. So how's that make you feel to have got that going for you already?
It's good. That's what we strive for. So it's good to see that we're getting good reviews and have a good rating.
Yeah, and I had also noticed that, and I pull up the reviews, but you got reviews already started, nothing but 5 stars on your reviews too. And on Google, that's a good place to start too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I feel word of mouth is the best way to carry on and succeed. So if we can strive to do that, that's our goal.
Well said, and that's what we like to see. Small business owners getting that launch, doing it right, taking care of their customers, and getting those good reviews and the BBB, which will help to promote your business too. So with that, we're going to spend a couple minutes here talking about some of our community involvement and some fun we've had most recently. But check out what we've got going on here. A little piece about why we do this. My buddy Paul, who used to work for ABC, said you got to share this piece every show so that people understand why you do the show and what you're trying to do to impact our community here. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back here in just a minute. Hey, everybody. Guess what? We get to have fun all the time at the Cardinal games. Before the game, we get to hang out with fun super fans. Say hello to my buddy Nino over here, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie. That's right. Everybody's in the video here. Family coming out to the game. Nino, what do you love about going to Cardinal games?
You love baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves baseball. Hey, he's all right. Scoring points with the Cardinal Cowboy.
Yeah, he plays Miracle League baseball.
Do you really?
And he likes to be on the Cardinals team at home.
Yeah.
Wow. Dino, how many times have you been on that team? How many times have you done that?
A lot.
A lot.
That's a good answer. All right. Dad, what's it like coming to the Cardinal games with your son and your wife and all the fun you get to have down here?
Oh, it's the most fun. I mean, we've been coming since Old Bush. You know, now we've got New Bush Stadium. It's the best baseball town, and it's the most fun. You know, it's fun before the game. The games are always great, and we love it.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking time here. We're at Patios, everybody. This is where the most fun is. I get to wear the full outfit here. I got the pants, the socks, the arch, Nino, Brett, Tanya, and Dixie all here, and we're outside Patios having fun. Hey, say hi to Patios. Stop on by here before a Cardinal game, and we'll see you guys soon. Nino, give me some knuckles. There we go. Go Cardinals. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rathwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rathwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up.
So we're hearing all the time now why people need to be on our show, and it's pretty obvious. These days, the stats are proven. If you're going to get people's attention, you've got to get them with video. Google loves video. YouTube, obviously, is where you put your videos, and it's just a no-brainer. The problem is, until we kind of put together this whole format, there's no other way to get this kind of quality for the cost we put together. Because I'm a computer nerd, because I figured out how to automate, systematize, we've systematized this. Mom and Dad made me go to computer classes just in case the professional baseball career didn't work out. And so we started off doing 1 show, then 2 shows, then 3 shows, and then we had to jump to 5 shows a week just to fill the demand, because here you get a professional video that looks dynamite, that'll let your business really showcase what they do, and you don't have to spend $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to do it. So if you'd like to be on the show, get a hold of us and understand these stats. When you're on a show like this, when you put this on your website, you're going to decrease your bounce rate by 34%. You're going to increase your close rate, your conversion rate, by up to 80%. We have clients tell us they get 25% more closed deals because of the show. They track this. They can speak to that. And you're going to just get an overall boom for your business. You've got to do video. If you don't do it through us, do it somewhere. Do it yourself. Do it, but do it professionally. Don't make your business look worse. Make your business look better. This video can be used for up to 7 years. We have clients, we did an interview with them 2020. It's 2026. They have made over $360,000 by using our video. They came back to do it again. So get a hold of us. Jump on here. Go to bigleagues.com. That's BIGG leagues.com. Or call us or text us right there, the phone number you see there. And we look forward to having you on our show. Stay tuned. Giddy up. There you have it, everybody. And like we say, a lot of the fun we get to partake in the community. It's fun to be in such a great city that's so well connected. But with that, as a computer nerd, as a numbers guy, as a baseball guy, I always do my stats. I do my little numbers analysis. But let's do a quick analysis here. The average person, you can go to the big box store. We won't name them. We know who we're talking about. And you can pick up some drywall. What's sheetrock going for these days per sheet?
Depending on if you're buying in bulk, but roughly where we're at is probably anywhere from $12 to $14 a sheet.
Okay, so it's still not. I figured it'd gone up a little bit in price, but I was buying them when they were $8 and $10. But $12,
Right.
$14, okay. And you get the 4x8 piece, and then you get 10 of those, and you get enough to go around. And then the real work kicks in. And your brother-in-law, who says he can do this, when he gets done, it doesn't look so good. Then you got to tear it out. Why? Tell me why you want to have a professional do this, a journeyman like yourself. You've got 4 years, and you're a journeyman. What do you bring to the table here to save people money and make something that
Right.
lasts for a long time?
Yeah, the only reason I would say it would be probably worth your while to go ahead and hire someone that knows what they're doing and they're well-rounded in the drywall industry is because that's your finished look. I mean, you're going to see that every single day, either when you wake up every morning or you
Right.
come home to it after work or you host parties and I mean you can go ahead and have a terrible job. It might be a conversation starter, but most people are going to notice that. At the end of the day, I would prefer to have a good finished looking wall because that's what you're going to see every single day.
Yes, and that's what you want to have, that professional look. And if you don't, you can always tell a wall or somebody that haphazardly put it together themselves or with the brother-in-law. Or
Right,
just try to
right.
do some drywalling themselves. But,
DIY
But you
it.
got to have the right tools to do it as well.
Absolutely.
And you can buy all this stuff to a certain extent, but just to have it as professional as you want, that finished look like you're talking about. I like how you said the only reason is if you want that finished look. What you were saying is the only reason is if you want it to look right.
Right,
If you want it
right.
to look good. Otherwise,
Essentially.
you're going to notice that every day,
Of course.
whether that's your basement, your attic, or the core of your house. You want to make sure these things look professional. So tell me then, why should somebody choose you? What do you bring to the table? I mean, the number of things you got with the experience, the training, the background, the team you've got.
Yeah, I would like to think that people, would come to us because, again, we take pride in our work. We try to make it personable, especially on the residential side of things. You're coming into homes in a lot of our situations where they're still living in the home. So, and if you know anything about drywall, at times it can be very messy, whether that's hanging it and cutting it or sanding and mudding. So you got to take pride and care. You got, homeowners that are currently living there that have to deal with it. Say it's a kitchen remodel. And if they're living there, I would imagine you wouldn't want your kitchen out of service for too long. So it's important for us to get in there and get out, do a good, clean product, and that way they can have their home back to where they want it.
Yeah, whether that's a remod or something that got some water damage or fire, you want these things to look the way they did originally. And when they originally were constructed, they weren't done by somebody and their brother-in-law. They were done by a crew that was highly trained and does a great job. I also noticed that, I'm going to put this on the wall too, you got nothing but 100% reviews, 16 of them from your friends, the people that have found you on Facebook. And
Absolutely.
That's got to make you feel good too. So
It certainly
nice
does.
to see that on there as well. And with the business page you've got going there, those are all customers of yours that have seen it. I want to put up on the wall for everybody. Take a look at your Facebook page because you got a lot of good information there. We were talking about those stilts, but there you go. Look at that. And a nice little video there. And see the tape job going down, putting in the tape, stretching it out, and then covering it. And all the work that goes into that, man. But you guys have done some good looking stuff.
Thank
And years of expertise here to make a home really look the part that you want it to look, so that you hit that professional final finish. And this is your home. You want it to just be top quality.
Absolutely.
So something, if you're going to sell this to somebody else, they're not going to come in and say, "Oh, we got to tear all that out,"
Right.
and do that over. That's not the way you do things. Tell me a little bit about the training. So I guess there are no technical certifications as a drywall guy, but a drywall expert. But that journeyman path you went through with the union, that helped
Correct.
you in 4 years to get to the journeyman level. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think the process is just repetition and experience. There's really no hard notebook or rule book, I should say, that you're going to learn overnight or even in a couple weeks. I think it's just trial and error over time and pressure and knowing, you know, what to use when and essentially it's like I said, it's an experience thing nonetheless.
Yeah, putting in the time and getting trained by the experts that have been doing it for many years will really make a difference. And you want to have that expertise, especially when you're, again, talking about your home or your business, commercial, residential. You're going to end up having a lot that goes into that. You don't want to look anything less than the true value that it brings them a home, because you don't want somebody to come in and say, yeah, I was going to buy your house, but we're going to have to demo all this, and we're going to take $30,000 out of that. To do
Right,
something
right.
like that.
Absolutely.
No fun with that.
No.
What are some of the benefits of working with you as a small business owner, though? Getting to pay attention to detail, and you got a small, tight-knit team now. You can really address the issues personally for take care of people.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's you know, with us having a smaller business, you know, we work together pretty well. It's always fun being at work. You know, yeah, it is a job, but a lot of the times it doesn't feel like it. You know, we're having a good time. We're happy to be there. We're happy to give the customer what they're worth and what
It looks
yeah.
the part.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah, you want that finished product. That's why I say, let the work he has performed here speak for itself. But you can see again, I'll put this back up on the wall for this. And just go through some of the photos. We'll click over here, but you can just see finished project after finished project. Man, that looks good. You got the indented ceiling there, and there's just so much that goes into the professionalism before and after. You can see, holy cow, there's a lot of sheetrock being put in place there. But obviously, you know what you're doing. Tell me though, what's the process? We got about a minute and a half left here. What is the process for somebody to hire you, and what do they go through as you come out and give a bid, and walk me through that? But somebody can get hold of you through the website, click the button, or call you, or text you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pretty easy. You can find us on Facebook, online. Shoot us a call, shoot us a text, email us. We're happy to respond as soon as we can, and we offer free estimates and everything like that. We'll come to you and we can schedule a time and get out there and give you a price and kind of go from there.
Yeah, so you'll meet with them on site if they prefer.
Absolutely.
And you probably do
Yep.
that. What percentage of the time do you go on site to give them?
Majority of the time, yeah. Majority of the time. Sometimes they don't prefer it, but if we can get out there and at least assess the project and get eyes on it before, you know, we can give an estimate, you know, it would be ideal.
And then within a day or two, you could turn around, or can you give an estimate many times right there on the spot, or come back to them?
Generally, we have to run some numbers and put it through our system. So I would say probably by the end of the day, we will have the estimates to the client.
There you go. And they get started within a week or two typically, and then take it from there.
Yeah. I would say about a week, and depending on our schedule load. But when we go out and estimate something, we like to get out there and start it as soon as we possibly can.
There you have it, everybody. T&A Drywall Solutions. ta-drywall.com. Experts. You're watching the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.